Yeah, that is 100% gorgeous.
So many beautiful rocks. That's a nice thing to find on my way out.
I am excited to bring this video to you today. I have 3 different kinds of agates from Malawi, and I'm going to cut a bunch of them and I'm going to show them to you. And they're all so beautiful. I can't wait. Come along. Okay, so the first ones we're going to check out are called Alimajo agates. A-L-I-M-A-J-O. And that sounds like a Spanish or Mexican name, but apparently they're from Malawi, so we're going to cut them and see what we find. So let's take a look at this one and see if we can figure out if there's any particular way we should be cutting it. I'm thinking maybe if there's any kind of pattern, it's going to be sort of this way. Got some interesting bumps and lumps here. Ooh, gosh. This one, I don't know. I'm not sure it has anything. Let's give it a try. Not too bad. Oh, I think that's really pretty. And the nice thing about these is when you cut them in half, you've got 2 that you can work with. So this one I'm going to actually cut into cabochons. So I'll cut this in half again, and I'll cut the other one in half again. And then I'll have some nice stuff to work with. So pretty. Let's take a look at this. This one looks very, very silicated. I'm not sure about the color. It looks like maybe there's an outline this way. So we'll cut it. I'm going to cut it right down like that and see what happens. Interesting. So this one, see how silicated it is here? And it's filled with a quartz pocket, which is why we could see the outside here. So that is probably about as good as it gets. If you cut it this way, I think you'd get like a more circular pattern instead of this round oval. But I think it's really pretty. Yeah, that is 100% gorgeous. Okay, let's see what else we've got. This is fun. This one is not giving any clues about what's inside. I think though, rather than cutting it this way, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it across, because hopefully that will make it so that it has a pattern. You know, when there's no clue like this, it's really tough, so I'm just gonna guess. There's a little bit of something there. Maybe I'll cut it this way. All right, let's give it a try. All right, let's see what we've got. Did I do it right? Oh, yeah. Looks like some kind of creamsicle ice cream. I think this one looks like a fiery fish. And you can see it has a lot of matrix around it, but gosh, isn't that gorgeous. This one I just cut up into slabs so you could see how it cuts up into pieces. These make great cabochons just the way they are. And sometimes the nodules don't produce anything at all. I was pretty sure this one was going to be just awesome, and it's just kind of filled with quartz. You could still polish it, but I don't know why you would. This is another example of a fairly clear one, except for look at these little tubes in here. That's kind of neat. Okay, so the next one I'm going to try cutting is called a Gambiri agate. It's also from Malawi, and it is similar on the outside, but you can tell when they're next to each other, the one is just slightly redder than the other one. So hopefully I can keep these separated. I'm still quite new at cutting these kinds of agates, but I'm trying to learn as fast as I can. And one thing that I do know is that it's important to kind of study the agate and look at it and try to decide where the pocket goes. And you can see here in this little window, there is an agate ring, and then on this side too. So probably what I'm going to do is cut it kind of this way. We'll see how that goes. Fingers crossed. All right, let's see how this one turned out. Not too bad. Looks like it's got a quartz pocket right through the center, so we couldn't have cut it any better. All right, let's try this next one. This one is a little bit flatter, which I'm not really sure what to do with. You know, usually when I look at agate nodules, they're round, and so then I can figure out, well, the pattern must go here. But I think what I'm going to do, because it has this little peak here, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut it lengthwise, and then if I'm, what's going on here? Cut it lengthwise this way, and then hopefully there will be a pattern in there. So let's give it a shot. See how we did. Oh, isn't that pretty? Yeah, I think that's probably about the best we could have done with that one too. Just could have cut it this way and it might have been kind of a little agate circle, but I'm really pleased with that shape. I think what I'll probably do is cut the edges here and make little pendant things out of them. That's neat.
Here's a Gambiri agate that I cut and polished. I really like this deep red, and I think the crystal pocket is really cool.
Okay, let's see what, oh! Let's see what this one does. All right, I don't see any window in this one at all. In that case, we cut the last one lengthwise. Let's cut this one crosswise and see what it does for us. Well, yeah, let's give it a try. Like I said, I'm just learning this stuff, so I'll make the mistakes so you don't have to. Were we successful, or is it a big failure? Oh, this one's just a big dud. Yeah, that one kind of almost looks like granite or something. I've cut a few that are like this. They're just sort of meh. And, you know, that it's when you're cutting agates, it's always kind of a crapshoot. You never know what you're going to get. So that one... Gambiri. Maybe this way? Yeah, we'll cut it like that.
Malawi is a long, skinny country in Southeast Africa. It's bordered by Zambia, Mozambique, and Tanzania. It's one of the poorest and least developed countries in the entire world. The Great Rift Valley runs the length of the country and is the source of most of these agates. Through surface collecting and some light digging, the rural people of Malawi give a boost to their economy by collecting gemstones like these agates.
Well, I guess this must be the face of it here, so we'll cut it right there.
Wow, look at that red. So gemmy.
And then finally, we've got this one. And I think this one looks a lot more hopeful than that other one did. That other one was sort of, didn't have a lot of the agate-y, glowy stuff, and this definitely does. So again, no real window particularly. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one lengthwise as well. I think I like that shape better, and so hopefully if there's something inside of it, I can shape it into a pendant or something. Let's give it a try. Okay, here we go. Oh, isn't that pretty? That is really cool. Looks kind of like, I don't know, people. Hi, how are you? I'm fine, how are you? Oh, I'm doing pretty well. Gonna be better if I don't have oil all over me. Yeah, me too. You are a very weird person, Kate.
The thing about cutting these little nodules is it's so much fun because you never know if it's going to be just a crackerjack or if it's going to be kind of meh. I like that one. I like the colors. Okay, we have one more left, and this one I think is probably going to be pretty good. Okay, think we've got anything? I don't know. Oh, yeah. That is cool. Different, really different. So pretty. And we've got enough that I can make something else out of it. Very, very nice. Let's grab one more Gambiri. Here is the one we're going to cut. Let's see. It's all oily, so now I'm going to make it all watery, and then it'll really be hard to look at. Okay, I think maybe... Boy. I think maybe there's a little pattern right here. So we'll cut it this way. Okay, fingers crossed. Alright, here's our last Gambiri. Let's see how it turned out. Oh yeah, thumbs up on that one. That was a good one to pick for the last, I guess. I really just grabbed these out of the bag, so like I said, you just never really know what you're gonna get. Pretty sweet. Alright, and our last Malawi agate that we're going to look at is this bunch of Malawi 1970s classic. And all of these different types of agate are from different mines and different areas, and that's why they look different. So this one looks like it's going to be pretty darn cool. Like look at, where'd it go? Yeah, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So let's give it a shot. This first one really isn't very difficult because you can see the whole face of it. I'm just going to go ahead and take a slice off here so that we can see the whole thing, and this one actually might be good for cutting a kind of a big slab out of it. So let's get going on this one. Surprise? Not much of a surprise, but wow, isn't that beautiful? I'm loving it. Oh, gosh, look at that. That is just gorgeous. And there's enough depth here that I can cut the other side off and get a really nice thick slab. And what that'll do then is make it so that I can dome it over and make it a really fabulous statement piece pendant. That is really nice. All right, let's do some more of these. That was a pretty big one, so let's do a smaller one. This one is not nearly as obvious. I'll see there's a little bit of an agate window showing there. So I think that means I will go ahead and cut it across this way. Across this way. And then I'm going to cut it towards the end so that if it does show what I think it might here, we can cut several pieces off of it. What we've got here. Drum roll, please. Oh, not yet. That's not anything. Well, that was not what I was expecting. Let's see. What are we going to do? Maybe cut on this side? Give it a try. Well, it's not terrible, but it's also not fabulous. Interesting. All right, since what we're trying to do here is learn about these and how they're formed, I'm going to take this face off and see if maybe there's actually a nice agate pocket, or it's probably not called a pocket, but like a nice ring right here. Let's give it a shot. You see, this one is actually transparent. Interesting. All right, next is this little one, and again, this one is kind of a no-brainer as far as how to cut it, because it has a very clear face. So we're just going to cut right across there, and then hopefully eventually we can cut all the way down. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Wow, isn't that just gorgeous? All right, let's cut a couple more of these. Oh, that is so cool. It's even a little bit purple in there. All right, last one. This one is a big nodule. You can see it's purple there. It's kind of a funny shape. I'm guessing I'm going to cut across. I'm going to cut across this way, just because. Oh gosh. Yeah. I think I'm going to try it that way. See what happens. Wish me luck. All right, let's see what we've got here. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? So this has, looks like agate on one side and jaspery kind of stuff on the other. Now you can see here, see we had this here, and there's the agate here, and if you look at it, there's jaspery stuff on that side. So that is actually, it gives you a clue. I'm glad we cut it the way we did, just because then we at least have something. But that's really interesting. All right. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Check out my Etsy store to get some of these agates for yourself. The link is in the description below. Thanks for coming along. Keep on doing.